KUVO Jazz. Joining us in the studio today is Sam Bock. He is the Director of Interpretation and Publications at the Colorado History Museum and the Managing Editor of the Colorado Magazine. Now, Sam has some interesting facts about Colorado as we celebrate Colorado's 149th birthday. Good morning, Sam. Thank you for joining us today on KUVO's Community Connection.
Thanks for having me, Tree. Happy to be here.
Oh, it's my pleasure. So tell our audience why Colorado is nicknamed the Centennial State.
Colorado's founded 100 years after our nation's founding. We were founded in 1876, and that was on purpose. We wanted to be the Centennial State.
All right, so now here's a good question for you, for all of the visitors in Colorado. How does the altitude affect our visitors?
Ooh, I've seen it affect them a lot. It affects the need to drink water. Everyone really needs to stay hydrated. It's dry. And, sometimes people say it can affect your alcohol tolerance, and you need to watch what you drink.
Oh, yeah, because you could, one drink could make you feel like you've had how many?
Like 3 or 4.
See, so you got to be very careful about that. And tell us why we're the only state to turn down the Olympics.
We turned down the 1976 Olympics, and it turns out that people in Colorado were really afraid that it was going to change their quality of life. It was going to draw too many people here. It was going to put too much strain on the infrastructure, so we said no thank you.
And then what happened?
Well, it went on to another city, and we're still the only ones to turn it down.
Well, but look at how many people are here now.
Turns out it didn't really make that much of a difference.
Exactly. So people wonder why Denver is called the Mile High City. Can you tell us how they find out where it's marked in the state?
Yeah, we're a mile high. If you go to the Capitol or to Coors Field, it's marked in both places. The 13th step of the Colorado State Capitol is a mile high, and you can see on the 15th step there's a little placard that says so. And famously, the purple row of Coors Field is 5,280 feet above sea level.
That's amazing, isn't it?
It sure is.
5280, they call it.
That's
All
us.
right. So the highest paved road in North America is Mount Evans Scenic Byway. Now, it was recently renamed. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's correct. It was renamed to Mount Blue Sky Scenic Byway, with the mountain that was renamed to Mount Blue Sky in a community-led effort with the Cheyenne and Arapaho tribes, who asked to change the name for Mount Evans because he was involved with the Sand Creek Massacre, the deadliest day in Colorado history.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, one of the many marvels in Colorado is the Eisenhower Tunnel. And they call it the Eisenhower Tunnel, but it actually has 2 names. And, it kind of freaks me out every time I drive through there. And maybe that's because of the elevation at 11,158 feet. That's probably above sea level. And that's probably because I'm afraid of heights.
That's pretty high up there, yeah. But I don't think a lot of people know it's actually the Eisenhower Johnson Memorial Tunnels, named for one of our governors, Edwin Johnson.
And one way eastbound is named one Johnson, and the westbound is named another. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah. Edwin Johnson is the, well, now you got me. I don't know. But it's both.
It's
both,
okay, it's both.
Yeah.
All right, fine, we'll go with that. Because I know one of the presidents used to come through all the time, and that was his favorite place. Now, let's talk about the longest continuous street in America right here in Colorado.
That's Colfax. You could run a marathon up and down it at 26 miles one way.
Wow, that's amazing. I don't think I could run a marathon 26 miles.
It seems crazy to me.
Oh, okay, just check.
I like to run it. It seems crazy.
Well, that's great. So tell us something interesting like the Christmas lights.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this is a great story. Denver claims to be the place where Christmas lights were created. The story behind it is that there was a laborer in Denver whose son was sick, and he couldn't come down to see the Christmas tree. So he dipped a string of lights into red and green paint, and he strung them up on a tree outside of his kid's bedroom so that he could enjoy the Christmas holiday. And it stuck. And to this day, we put up Christmas lights all over the place. The city building has that great display every year.
Yes.
So that's Denver.
And one of the things about Colorado and our Christmas lights is normally we don't take them down till after the National Stock Show.
That's right. Yeah, sometime in January. It gives a little bit of extra time to be lazy.
Be lazy. I was thinking so people would see how beautiful our state was.
Well, there's that too, but let's just be honest.
Yeah, let's be honest. It's either, well, it could be lazy or it could be too cold to go out and do that.
That's right.
Because January is definitely one of the snowiest months and definitely one of the coldest months for sure right here in Colorado.
That's right. March is the snowiest month. So if you're a person who enjoys the snow, if you're a skier, snowboarder, March is the time to go.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about skis. in Colorado.
Let's do it.
What's his name? Well, it started in Steamboat Springs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so it started with Howelson Hill, and before that, skiing was really not a pastime in Colorado. It was more of a mechanism or a means of transportation. Cross-country skiing over passes. A man named John Lewis Dyer was famous for skiing in between mountain towns and preaching to these faraway communities. So that's how skiing as a recreational sport came to Colorado in the early 1900s.
Wow, and it just took off. And then snowboarding came. When did snowboarding come into play?
Snowboarding is much more recent. It's in the, started in the 70s, 80s, but it didn't kick off until the 90s. It was actually not allowed at most Colorado ski resorts for a good chunk of its time. And then, gradually over time, as more and more safety equipment came together and people got better and knew how to actually, maneuver this snowboard amongst skiers, a bunch of resorts said, okay, now it's okay to snowboard here.
It's okay to snowboard. Okay. Do you think the percentage of skiers is still higher than snowboarders?
Oh, that's a great question. I think, what I see on the slopes is maybe 50-50, but it depends on the resort. There's places like Breckenridge, which are known to be great for snowboarders, and places like Winter Park with long, flat places the snowboarders tend to not like as much. So I think it depends on where you go.
Wow. Well, speaking of skiing, let's talk about the ski train.
The ski train from Union Station up to Winter Park.
Yes, let's talk about that for people that don't know about. You can walk right down there to, well, not walk, but go to Union Station, catch the train, go up to Winter Park, and ski all day, and then jump back on the train and come back.
That's right. You're right here in Union Station. Skip I-70 altogether.
And what a beautiful view it is.
Yeah, it goes through the Moffat Tunnel, which is built as part of, this connection between central Colorado and Denver. It also has a railroad tunnel. That's how you get underneath the Continental Divide up to Winter Park.
That's amazing, isn't it?
It sure is.
All these wonderful things here, right here in Colorado. Let's talk about the gold rush and the gold on the Capitol building.
Yeah, the gold rush. It's the reason we're a state. It's the reason Denver's here. So it was 1857 was when gold was discovered in Ralston Creek, just outside of Denver. And then 1858, the news filtered back east, causing a massive rush. All that summer, people are coming all the way out here trying to find gold. They're panning for gold. Most people didn't find any. So by the late, fall and winter of 1858 and the early winter of 1859, a lot of folks coming out here still looking for gold. We're encountering go-backers.
Wow.
Folks who came out, tried to find gold, couldn't find any, and went home.
Went back home. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Well, Sam, I really appreciate you sharing all that knowledge with us today on Colorado on the 149th birthday. Or would you call it anniversary? Was it a birthday or anniversary?
Either one, whatever makes you happy.
Okay, just
we say
check
happy birthday to Colorado today.
Happy birthday to Colorado. Well, we sure thank you for coming and sharing all this information on KUVO's Community Connection. We are a Colorado where everyone feels seen and heard.